Sara from AverageBetty here, and I'm making cinnamon rolls. I wasn't sure whether to call these cinnamon rolls or cinnamon buns, so I asked my Facebook and Twitter friends, and the overwhelming response was cinnamon rolls. And though most people explained it's because they're rolled up, I figured it's because you can spend your entire bankroll on one of those sensory invasive cinnamon buns you can find at the mall or airport. So to help you save money for cute shoes at the mall or a last-minute souvenir at the airport, I'm going to show you how to make those giant, drippy, cinnamony, delicious cinnamon rolls at home. I'm going to start by peeling a few Idaho Klondike Gold Dust potatoes. And you're like, what? Potatoes and cinnamon rolls? She's lost her mind now. Just trust me. These taters are going to make the dough fluffy and perfect. You won't even know the potatoes are in there. I've got a saucepan here, my peeled and chopped gold dust potatoes, some water, and coarse salt. Bring the potatoes to a boil and cook uncovered until they're very tender. Watch the heat. You may need to add a little more water, so keep an eye on them. Mash the potatoes and the leftover water in the pan. Add butter and keep mashing. After they've cooled a bit, whisk in beaten eggs. It'll start to look a little bit like creamy custard. Now in my electric mixer, I've got some brown sugar here, and this is some warm water. Get that sugar dissolved and add the yeast. Let the yeast do its thing and get foamy, about like this. Add in the creamy potato mixture, and this is my dough hook attachment. Mix this on low until blended. Begin mixing in flour 1 cup at a time until a sticky dough forms. The dough hook is replacing me kneading this by hand, which you can also do. With oiled hands, get the dough off the hook, knead it into a ball, and into an oiled bowl. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap, then with a towel. Let the dough rise until it's doubled in size. This will take about an hour. While the dough is rising, I'm going to make the filling. In a bowl, combine brown sugar, cinnamon, and flour, and incorporate cold butter until the mixture resembles wet sand, like so. So it's been about an hour, and here's our dough. My, have you grown! This is a little puffier than normal, but it's because it's like 90 degrees today, and I've got some bright lights in here for filming. But you know what they say, if you can't take the heat, don't have an online cooking show. Because you have to roll this out into a 24 by 16-inch rectangle, I have to do this directly on my countertop because I don't have a board that's big enough. See how fluffy and puffy this dough is? It's like it's been injected with air or potatoes. Once the rectangle is formed, distribute the cinnamon sugar mixture evenly all over the surface. Now to get rolling. Carefully and evenly roll the dough up, enclosing the yummy cinnamonness inside the roll. This thing is like the anaconda of the baking world. With a floured knife, cut the roll in half and then cut each half into 6 even pieces. About like this. Now place the rolls onto a tall-sided baking sheet, fairly close together. Let this rise another 20 minutes until the rolls are puffed and ready to pop into a preheated oven. While the rolls are baking, I'm going to make the glaze. This is powdered sugar and salt. Give this a whisk. This is milk and some melted butter. Whisk this together, and here's some vanilla. You may need to add a little more milk until your glaze is just the right consistency. When the rolls are done, they'll look like this. Give them a moment to cool, and then drizzle the glaze all over. Look at that. These are dangerous. Get the cinnamon rolls recipe at AverageBetty.com. I hope you give these Klondike Gold Dust cinnamon rolls a try, so next time you go to the mall, you can spring for the cute shoes and a corn dog. Find me on Facebook and Twitter and drop by my home at AverageBetty.com. Thanks for watching and subscribing. See you next time. Cinnamon rolls are better than shoes.